Hey, I wanted to cover Project 3, Architecture. As far as the deliverables, there is new shooting required. At least 2 of the 5 finished images need to be new, as in shot during this actual semester. That means not 2 days before, clearly not 2 years before. And then you can use up to 3 past personal images for a total of 5 after images. Remember, we do always want to see your before captures. So yes, you'll be submitting a total of 10 images, but 5 finished processed images. There is no black and white conversion template required. Within the overarching theme of architecture, there are 3 sub-themes required. Basically, just think of these, this is a shot list. We want 1 interior shot, 1 exterior shot, and 1 night shot. The other 2 themes can be whatever you want to shoot or create, and it's okay if you reuse one of the required themes. Now, when you're shooting architectural shots, that is widely interpreted. It could be an entire building that you'd use in a professional real estate brochure. It could be an abstract detail of that building, just showing geometric lines and shapes and tones. It can be from macro to micro. You totally get to decide. And it's not just buildings, basically anything architectural. Think of bridges, think of decorative columns or statues. It's really kind of open to interpretation. Now, some tips to getting good architectural type shots. Make sure you're shooting in a variety of weather conditions and times of day. Find your favorite subject matter, things that inspire you, and then go back at different times of day and go back when it's sunny, go back when it's raining, go back in the morning, go back at night. Essentially, it's going to help create a fuller understanding of the building's relationship with this environment, so you'll know the best way to take photographs of it. And this kind of leads directly into the second tip is prioritize good lighting, because obviously the lighting helps to emphasize space and structure and atmosphere, and it ultimately plays a big role in shaping the viewer's understanding about what the photographer thinks is important about the building. And remember your rules. Front lighting is very flat. It hides details and textures. Side lighting reveals textures and details. Tip 3 is try to look for a unique angle. POV is incredibly important. Maybe you need to go up on top of a parking structure of an adjacent building to shoot part of the building that's across the street. Maybe you need to lay down on the sidewalk and look straight up at that architectural thing that you've decided would be neat to photograph. So really explore angles. Generally speaking, if you're standing straight up and you're holding the camera level, pointing it directly in front of you, that's pretty much how everyone sees the world. Everyone's horizon line is in the middle, whether you are 2 feet tall or 7 feet tall. So that's another reason to figure out in a unique point of view. Now, going back to what I said, that this can be more detail oriented if that's more where your interest lies. Tip number 4, make sure you explore the details as much as you do the whole. Take photographs up close, because that could reveal architectural details that would otherwise remain hidden. So the trick is just to explore a little more. Generally, the next tip is try to visit the site multiple times. The next tip is don't be afraid to include people in this architectural assignment. Sometimes people can set up a sense of scale or place or context for the architectural shot that you're most excited about investigating. If you watch the other videos where I talked about the neutral density filter, possibly a polarizing filter, it is always important to invest in the appropriate photography equipment, right? But the most important tool is the one between your ears. That's your creativity. That's your uniqueness, is how you see the world. That being said, you can clearly pound a nail in with a rock. But if you have a hammer that's meant specifically to hit nails, you're going to have better success at hitting nails into a piece of wood. You don't need the latest, greatest, newest, most megapixel sensor, camera, fastest lens, whatever out there. But you do need to have the appropriate equipment. So that's the basics of this. You're going to load your before and after shots into an Adobe Spark link, just like you have with all of your past projects, and share it the same way you've shared it with your past projects. So nothing's changed in that regard. I'm just not supplying you with the sample project Spark, like what it could look like, because really it could look like anything. It totally depends on how you want to shoot, how you want to lay it out. And I look forward to seeing what you create. Go have fun. Dazzle us.